MF8 Teraminx, 732 colors that you got to figure out where they go. So I'm going to show you how to do this. There's a couple of tricks you need to know. If you know the Megaminx or the Gigaminx, it'll be easier for you. There's maybe one thing you got to know on how to place the two final faces. Basically putting in these last pieces. You have to know the little tricks. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 61 colors per face times 12. So I think it's 732, something like that. Anyways, we're going to mix up the cube, and I'll show you how to do one face, and then it's called copy paste for all the other faces. Once you're down to the two last faces, I'll show you the little trick, and then you simply resolve the puzzle just like you would a Gigaminx or a Megaminx. So let's mix up the cube. Okay, the cube is now mixed up. We're going to choose the brightest side so it's easy on the camera. I'll show you the trick on how to place all the pieces for the first side, and then it's simply a copy paste for all the other sides. Just be careful once you complete a couple of sides that you don't mess up what you just did while you're doing something on the other side. So let's start. We'll pick the white side because it's the brightest one to come out on the camera. So the first piece you want to place is basically this one over here. You see the green one there, or the orange, silver, gold, or other green. This one has to pop out, and we're going to put a white one in its place. Just like so. Now I have a white one stuck to my guide color, which is the center one. This does not move, just like the other center caps. They don't move. So the next step will be to either insert these two pieces, the silver and the green, for whites of course, or the silver and the gold, the orange. So what you do is take another face, you join up a center piece and a corner piece, and once they're joined up on one of the other faces, you insert it into its position. So we got the center over here, and now we got a corner stuck to it, and we're going to insert it on the right side. On the proper side, I mean, just like that. The important thing is you don't leave any gaps between the blocks that you're sticking together. For example, you don't want to go like that. Do not leave any gaps. It's going to cause you problems. You want to fill in the gaps as you're building up your sides on the face you're working on. Just like this. No gaps. Now, you got to insert. You do the same technique. You join up two pieces. You either insert the left side or the right side. And of course, you join up the pieces while working on another face. Just like this. Got another one over here. So we'll get it closer to the white side so we know what we're doing. And insert. Again, no gaps. Now I got to work either on the right side over here, or on the left side over here, or the other way around, like this, like that, or like that. So I have a center piece right over here. I got a corner piece to stick to the center piece on the first row. There it is right there. Now insert, like that. Now I'm down to the last side. I'm going to insert the center and the two corner pieces as one piece. So I'm going to take another face, join up all three pieces together, corner, center, and then afterwards I will insert it into its position. So I'm looking for the, okay, there it is, and it's already joined up to one of the corner pieces. So I'll keep my thumb on it so I don't lose it, because that's the worst part about Teraminx. The longest part is finding the pieces. So, joined up together, and get it closer to my white side, which is there. Move it out of the way. Why do I have to move it out of the way? Because I just broke what I just did. I brought it up from here to here. Now I gotta fix what I just broke over here. This is what I meant by careful what you do so you don't break what you're doing while you're working on the other side. So my triplet is right over here, and insert. Now my center piece, my guide piece, has its first row around it. The first mistake I did, the mistake I did the very first time I tried Teraminx was I built all the centers like this on all the faces. That's a mistake. because your next step, once you're done with the guide piece and the first row, is working on the second row right over here. You got to utilize the same principle. The first step we did on the first row is we got this little first piece in first. Now the first piece we got to put in is this one, but it also has to be attached to each corner piece so that this is one piece. And we're going to use the same method we did for building blocks around the face. So I got to look for a centerpiece and both corner pieces before I put them in. There's already one here that's built up with one of the corners. Now I'm going to find the other corner, which is right there, and build it up. So to make sure I don't screw up my whites, even though it's not in the way, I always do the same thing. I build it up, move it to the side, and bring it back, just in case my whites were there, so I'm not looking for it all the time. It's just a small trick. Now, my three pieces, my triplet is ready. I can slide it in, as you can see. Now I got to fill in, as we did. The first row, we took the corner and the center, we stuck them together, and then we put them in. Now we got to do the corner, the centerpiece, and the other center, because this is now the centerpiece, right? So we got to build 4 pieces before we slide them in, either on the left side or on the right side, without leaving any gaps. So there's my centerpiece right there. And I will stick that one right there. Now I need this one because this one goes there. So I'll take it out of the way, turn it, and then bring it back. Now I need I need either this one or that one. And wait, there it is. I'll get it closer in, out of the way so I see what I'm doing. And here we go. We got 4 pieces stuck together right there. Forget these 2. I'm just talking about these 4 over here. Get ready to insert on the proper side, like so. No gaps. Now I got to work on these 4 over here, or these 4 over here. So I got a centerpiece right there. Got another one there. What I'll do is I'll do this. Move it so I can insert. And then bring this one around, up. Now I got 3. I'm looking for this one over, not this one. I want this one over here to complete my row of 4 pieces. This one work. This one won't work. Okay, there it is. Bring it closer in, out of the way, bring it back. And insert like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to insert and insert. No gaps. Now I got to work on either these 4 or these 4 for my quadruple. Get that one out of the way because we're going to need it. That's for sure. Now, so I got 2 right there. This one over here. Now I got 3, so I'm looking for either of the 2 corners, doesn't matter which one. They're right over here, get them in closer. Get that out of the way, bring it back. Whites are still good. And up, out of the way, and back. Now ready to insert. There we go. Now, just like we did with the center, we build our building blocks and we finished with the triplet, 1, 2, 3, and we slid it in. Now we've got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got to build those 5 blocks on either of the faces, and then once all 5 pieces are together, we're going to slide it in. So I got one white right there. Another white over here. Up. one there. See, we got 3, so we're missing those 2. There's one right there. Back up. Good. I'm missing one little piece right there. I keep getting off camera. Where's my last white? There. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. This, that, up. Now ready to insert. Get it closer and insert. There you go. You finished your first center. This is the whole center. This is what completes the center. We're not going to touch edges now. We're just doing centers. Now I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to continue on building the blocks. The method I use is, this is my top. Whatever color you choose, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to work on these 5 faces. Once this side will be complete, I'll be working on these 5 faces. Well, 4 faces. And I'll have 2 colors left. I'll come back and show you how to build up those 2 last faces, because you need that trick in order to complete all the centers. Once the centers will be done, I'll show you how to build up an edge. Once the edges are done, you complete it just like a Megaminx or a Gigaminx. Okay? So see you once all the faces are done. So here we are. We have 10 centers completed. So I'm going to show you the small trick on how to complete the last 2. So I got light blue and dark blue. So the first thing you got to do, we got to stick to the same principle as for your center guides. You got to do the first row. So light blue will be over here because my center tells me so, and dark blue will be over here. So let's start doing that. So it's simply a matter of inserting without leaving any gaps. Like I have 3 over here. I basically just need 2. And I'm going to stick it up here, up, out of the way, and down. I did it twice because I had a couple that were complete. Now I'm going to bring these 2 down here, down, out of the way, and back up. Now I got these 2 that I can stick up here. And at the same time, I'm clearing gaps, getting rid of the gaps. Out of the way and down. Okay, what do I have next? So I got this one over here. It's just a matter of playing with it. You know, as it's the same thing as a Gigaminx or a Megaminx. So I'll bring these 3 down here. Push these 2 up there. And redo my dark blues, down, up. Now bring these 2 up, up, and down. Now the main idea is to have 1 of each on the other side. Like this dark blue has to stay there and this light blue has to stay there. So like that. I have my guides and my first row is practically completed except for the last one. I always do the same thing. From the top face, light blue, I put my dark blue bottom right. As for the other one, it's going to be top right, so that they're closest possible. As you can see, bottom right, top left. I'm talking about the center pieces, of course. Now, it's a matter of going up, out of the way, down, out of the way, up, bring back the blues, and down. See? Now my centers are done and my first row is done on each face. But that's just like a Gigaminx or a Megaminx. It's probably like a Petaminx. I don't know. I don't have it. 250 bucks for a cube. That'll wait for another time. Okay, so now we have to do triplets. 1, 2, and 3. That's a triplet right there. If you take a look over here, I got blue, blue, and light blue. I got a triplet that's complete here. I got light blue, dark blue, dark blue. I got to work on that one, and I got to go work on that one, which is dark blue, light blue, dark blue. Same thing for down here. Light, triplet is complete. This is incomplete, this is complete, and this is incomplete. The way to do it now, I am looking for, this is sort of a tricky part. I'm looking for a light blue over here on top. So, this light blue will be taking this position here. Perfect, that works. The other thing you got to do, the other rule of thumb you got to know actually is, okay, light blue to light blue, and there has to be an opposite corner in this one over here, which is correct. It's a dark blue. So light blue goes to light blue, and over here, dark blue, which works. This will work. This is how you do it. Take the whole right side down. Move the face to the side you just brought down. Only take the outer layer, put it back up, bring the face back up, and bring the inner layer back up, like that. We did our triplet, we did our triplet. Now it works. So we got a triplet over here, a triplet over here. This one's wrong, this one's wrong. Same thing down here. Triplet, 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 wrong, and that one's good. So I always work like I gotta bring the pieces down. So I'm going to go like that now. I need a dark blue over here. Dark blue over here to there. And I need a light blue over here, which works. So dark blue next to the triplet. And here has to be a light blue. It has to be opposite. So the whole left side down. Face to the left. Outer layer only. Face back up. Inner layer only. Triplet is done. Triplet is done. Keep doing that move until you complete all the triplets. So, light blue to the light blue, opposite color dark blue. That'll work. That way. Face to the right. Outer layer only. Face back up. Inner layer only. And we're going to do it again. But take a look at this. All my triplets are good here, and the piece I need here is right there. So we got to bring this triplet to the main face, like this, like that, and back down. Now, dark blue to dark blue, light blue opposite, right there. That works. So face down to the left, outer layer only. Main face back up, inner layer only. Now, if I did this correctly, triplet, 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 same to the face. Right there. All my triplets are good. Now, you do exactly like you did with the center. Our main triplet is done. We're going to start inserting our quadruples, like this, 4 pieces in a row, in the right place. So this is your dark blue side. I have one very long row right over here. So, up, out of the way, and down. Just as long as I don't break my triplets. Now, I got another one over here that I couldn't fit to the top to get rid of that gap right there. Up, out of the way, back down. I got another one right over here. So, I'll put it in and get rid of that gap. Up, out of the way, and down. Now we're going to complete a quadruple. Dark blue over here has to go over here. So take that, we got our quadruple, and take it out of the way so we don't break it. Now we can insert it to where it goes, right there. There. Oop, no, that's wrong. There you go. Okay, now we need to complete that long bar right there. So basically, I'm going to go and do, come on, there you go. Do it that way. Complete that blue line right there. So, up, out of the way, and back down. Now what do we have? We have the same situation as we did our first layer. We have everything complete except for one piece. Same thing with this side. Everything complete except for one piece. Do the exact same method. Bottom right, top right. Go up, out of the way. Down, out of the way. Up, bring it back twice, and down. This is how you complete your face number 11 and your face number 12. There you go. The hardest part is now done. The rest is exactly, and I mean exactly, like a Gigaminx or a Megaminx. You simply have your guide color, which is, we'll do one together, and then I'll fast forward to the very end. Say I'll take a bright one there that's easy to spot for the camera. There you go, green and orange. Green and orange. I'm looking for green and orange everywhere. So I have one over here, right there. Green and orange. I need the green on top, like so. Green and orange, if I bring it down, it's in the same position as my guide color right there. But in order to accelerate the procedure, I could do it now, or I could take one and put one on the left side too. So I do both sides at the same time. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you're going to grab this one here, but it's going to be upside down. It won't work. Let's try it anyway. Okay, good. If I try it now, it's not going to fit. It's right there. It's got to go down here. So I'm going to flip it around. Like so. There you go. Green and orange, green and orange, green and orange. I'm going to put them together like that. Take it either to the left side or the right side, don't care. Doesn't matter. Switch it with something that hasn't been worked on yet. These 5. Bring it back up and fix our centers. Now I got 3 of the 5 colors. I'm going to try to get the other 2. There's one over here. It's upside down, so I'm going to flip it around. And green has to be on top, like so. This one's going to go over here. Now I'm looking for that one. Especially on this type of cube, there are so many pieces to place that you really got to put your finger on it and then find where you got to go. So this one is the other one. This is one, and they go there. Okay, so if I go like that and bring it back up. Green and orange, green and orange, green and orange. So same thing. Put them in this position. Take it out of the way. Now you see it's complete, but I got to fix my centers. Take that out of the way. Switch it for something that hasn't been done yet. Bring it back and back up. Fix my centers. So my centers are all back to the original position before I even started working on edges. And my first quintuplet, my 5 pieces are done. Repeat the procedure for every single one. There's like, I think it's 30 to do. So I'll stop the video and I'll show you for the last 2, which is the trick you need to know in order to complete the last quintuplet, which is these 5 little pieces here. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so here we are. All the edges were paired up. All 5 pieces except for 2. The last 2, you cannot use the same technique for pairing up for the last 2. You're just going to be spinning around and around and around. So this is the trick you got to know in order to finish the puzzle itself. So as you can see, I got red and silver on one side, with pink and green, and the other side I got pink and green with red and silver mixed up. So I got to find out a way to move some pieces over here and some pieces over here. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start with these two over here. They're already paired up. I'm going to put them over to the right side. I mean the proper side. I got to stop saying the right side. It's the proper side. So I'm going to move these over here, move them out of the way, and put them back in. So the way we do that, we're going to take these two over here, put them over here. Then we're going to bring them on the top and bring them back down, and then reform the centers. So these two go over here like that. You put them to the top like this, up, out of the way, oops, and back, and back. Now you take this side over here, top, bring it back, bring it down, and reform the centers. Now we put them over here, and we didn't break our centers. Now we're going to take this one over here, and we are going to replace this one over here. So it's got to be on the opposite side. So we'll swing it around and just flip it, and then bring it back. So this one is going to go over here. So same maneuver. Taking its place, bring it over to the top, to the back, back to the front, and back over here. Take the right side to the top, move the red and silvers, bring it back down, and fix our centers. They're complete, and they're complete. It'll finish off the two edges just by knowing that maneuver. Swinging, put it to the top, bring it back here, turn the right side, bring it in, and back down, and fix your centers. That's how you do your last centers on the Megaminx, on the Gigaminx, on the Teraminx, and probably on the Petaminx too. So now you're up to a point where you unscramble the whole cube. Your centers are all done, and your edges are all done. Now, if you're at this point where you do have a Teraminx, it's the same thing as building up a Megaminx or a Gigaminx. You just build up the cube and finish the cube.